Hey VC, long time no see. I generally don't like to take months in between my videos, but I really just haven't been in the mood, and I've been working. It's just impossible. I started this whole VC channel, Vinyl in the Van. It was going to be basically my adventures out picking. At the time I had thought of that name, I was doing a lot more of that and a lot more in the wild shopping. And so it sounded logical when my better half, my wife, basically said, how about Vinyl in the Van? And I said, okay, that sounds good. And this has never panned out since then. The van's died. The channel's basically almost died. At one point, I had to basically sell off my whole collection to pay for that van. And getting back in business here again has been a real godsend, and plus a real bitch to be able to do this again. I'm stronger than ever. I just don't buy records to buy records. If they're in my collection, there's a reason. The collection's pretty curated to and tailored to me. I just don't have records in my collection that when you go to if I find 10 records for $1, if I don't like them, I don't buy them. I don't give a shit if it's top name acts. I don't care if I can make $1 on them. I don't care. I'm not buying them because I just don't have the energy to flip them anymore, nor do I care. I would rather buy each piece for the purpose of keeping, not flipping. I'm finding out that flipping does pay, but I'm finding it's not fun. I love to trade though, so I would much rather trade with people than sell. But I did run into a collection this last weekend, and it was all metal pretty much, and shredder, and some Frank Zappa, and when I say shredder, I mean Tony McAlpine, Yngwie Malmsteen, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Gary Moore, and the guy was a good friend of mine. They'd been sitting in his rafters for years, and they were good pressings of the records. The Maiden and all that stuff were bought when that record came out, and I had previously bought all of his metal, a lot of it prior to this, in the late 80s. All Metallicas and all that stuff. And so I'm a good friend of mine, we all know and love him. I gave him a call and talked to him about it, and he wanted some, and I thought he picked out some cool shit. And the rest, they went bye-bye today. So I decided, well, I'm going to do a little bit of, I'm going to show some stuff that I've gotten lately. And when I say lately, this stuff goes back throughout the year, up to last year of June is when I had to, basically, I was down to the nitty gritty due to financial problems, and now I'm back in business, and just by the grace of God, I'm able to still have all my gear, bunch of new gear, and all my records back, and my collection I think is better than it's ever been. I mean, it's purely my grail collection is what I'm saying. And there's just been some, and also I was wanting to let everybody know that if you are been making videos, you know, I really enjoy watching people's videos out on the road. Melvin Ramon had a great video today. It was great to wake up and see somebody, you know, Tales from the Crate, and Hog's Ear Report, and Zeke the Geek at Friday night, Drill Man Record Night, Aaron the Metal Theologian, the old school guys too. I mean, they are the rock of the VC, and you know, right down to Billy Hurst and you know, Rob Paniques. You know, I wish he'd make more videos, and I will. I just figured that there will be a time for videos when there's a time for one. Chris, you know, he was Secondhand Choke. He's Mubeha Ka Mahube. Well, it's actually a punk club back in the 80s in San Francisco. Mabuhe Ka. And it took me a second to catch on to that, and just an idiot. But he makes great punk videos, and I wish there was more punk, indie rock orientated labels. I mean, not labels, but videos, video makers. So when you get Tales from the Crate showing some obscure punk, indie rock noise, and you get Melvin Ramon and myself and Secondhand Choke, Chris, I'm just gonna say, you know, he's been in the VC forever. You got Chris Alvear, who makes killer record videos, and Dead Wax 66, who I can't express enough the gratitude I have for him in making my Friday nights, you know, when I'm held up sitting in a car or in a camper waiting for work the next day, having the live video feeds that are hours long, real enjoyable, always, you never know what to expect, and always real entertaining, and I can't express how fun. I can't express and encourage everyone in the VC to go to that channel on Friday night, talk shit, listen to some records. It changes all the time. It's not necessarily weirdo rock, and sometimes it's, you know, it's just normal, and it's just a way for the VC kind of to come together, and you know, like people like Rob from Canada, who does the Canadian record stores, Rob 79. I wouldn't know him that well if it wasn't for that excellent way to communicate and discuss records and life in general and stuff like that. It's just really fun. So we're just open up the show with this Melvin's Pincus Abortion Technician, the Melvins, and this is what they call the factory, the AMREP factory pressing, and could be any, you know, multitude of colors. That's my favorite band is the Melvins. To be honest, my favorite band to collect is the Melvins, and my favorite band is the Melvins. To be honest with you, for the most part, for some reason they just do it for me. I don't know why. And second would be Ty Segall, the whole reason why I got back into record collecting. And third would be just old school punk, and old school krautrock and Amon Düül and shit like that. As for jazz, I'm just basically touching base with everybody again. If you haven't watched my channel, I do bounce around with jazz a little bit. I prefer OG pressings, and I do not listen to a record until I buy it. When I buy jazz, I buy basically off of cover art, and unless it's Mingus or something, I do it like that on purpose, so it's a surprise when it gets here. And so I've been burned, and that stuff gets sold as quick as it gets in, and but that's the way I like to, you know, the crazier the jazz, the better, the more squawking and squeaking, I'm cool with it. You know, Eric Weinbender's another great channel. Cosmic, he just made a video. Cosmic, I can't believe I'm spacing out his name. I just talked to him. He's relatively close to where I live. I think Cosmic Minds or Cosmic, I can't remember. I will, I'm sure I'll think of it in this video. But sit back, relax. I'm not in any hurry, because I might not feel like making a video in a while. And yeah, if I'm just gonna pick out some stuff here, I'm gonna start out with some 7-inch stuff actually that I don't think I've ever seen in the video in any, besides maybe secondhand Choke Chris's stuff. This is the AmRep limited Dope Guns Effing in the Streets. This is a 3 7-inch set. It's limited, handmade by the man himself, Tom Hazelmeyer from AmRep Records, and he makes these himself, and they're basically little pieces of art. And a man responsible for the band Helmet, and really pushing the Melvins at their when he needed to, and the Cows, Hammerhead, countless killer bands. There's countless bands that never really got pushed. Helios Creed, Lubricated Goat from Australia, and Janitor Joe, Guzzard. Just it's a great label to collect, and I can't express how cool these are. Came on I think there's 15. I got most of them. You'll see most of them here today. Individually, then he does have them out in LP form comps, but came on this like bone color, and like a black one. And then like a red one. If you don't get these right away, they are going to cost you some coin, because they are art. Back in my first videos, I would bitch a lot about AmRep and their pricing and all that stuff, but at some point you just gotta say, hey, if you're going to be one of the very few who have them, and those videos are long gone. I deleted those a while back because they kind of became irrelevant after my collection was gone. So this is another. So you got this. This is a this record is a part of the Hostile Ambient Takeover. This is a 7-record set for that LP of the Melvins. Again, Hostile Ambient Takeover. There's 7 of these that make up the record. Okay, this is the only way it came out other than CD. Is you had to buy all 7 of these records, these 7 inches, to acquire this record in full. I bought them all together. They're all different cover art, and I just love them. I think this is a great record that probably no one's ever hardly heard, including myself, until I actually bought them. And just typical Melvins, just heavy, artsy, and relevant still to this day, making some of the most badass music out there without boring, and not boring you to tears while doing it. This is Murder City Devils 7-inch I picked up. This has dancehall music and my favorite song by them, Johnny Thunders. This is on Empty Records. I have another one coming, but it's not here yet. I thought I'd be here today, but it's not. This is Helmet, and this has Primitive and Born Annoying on it. I don't have a plastic sleeve for it yet because I can't find one around the house here. So, and this is on this is your typical, yeah. It sucks buying these all over again. I've had this 3 or 4 times. But that's the way it goes, man, when you sell records and have to, pay the bills, to live. The records are the first thing to go. This is part of the record haul I had over the weekend, but this is one of them I kept. This is the 45 of Hey Hey What Can I Do, an Immigrant song. I basically, this is by far my favorite Zeppelin song, the Hey Hey What Can I Do, and this is just in excellent condition. When I saw this in the batch, I about had a heart attack, because you don't normally see it. It's not I don't think it's a reissue. They don't go for a whole lot, 20 bucks, maybe 25. But I'm like, as long as I get to keep that, man, for free, I'm cool. All good in the hood. This here is Ty Segall, The Hill, with Mother Lemonade. I got this for a great deal on eBay. You're going to see a lot of Ty Segall, so I'll show you some, excuse me. So you'll see most of my, if not all, my Ty Segall 7-inch collection today. I'm planning on doing a full-on Ty Segall discography showing of my collection as soon as the new record he just put out recently shows up, and I think then I'll do one. It's way larger now than ever. I did one a while back. I'm going to delete the one and redo it, and it should be pretty awesome. This one is Fuzz. I don't know what color it's on. This 7-inch is kind of going to the pile. This is just on black. And it's Fuzz's 4th Dream, and this time I got a reason. Trouble in the Mind. No, I hear, like, there's no such thing as like a modern bootleg of Ty Segall. They're all authorized. He authorizes all of it. So here's a cool one. This is by far my favorite. Stupid thing. 7 inches are so fun to have, but so impractical. You know, I almost never spin them, but I just love to have them. This here is my favorite Manor Astroman signal, clawfish fist. This right here with the song "King of the Monsters" is my favorite song by them, and this is really just a great 7-inch if you're into Manor Astroman. Now I don't have a lot of 7-inch stuff, but I do have some cool stuff. This is a Beach Party, and actually I know that Ty Segall, it's recorded by Ty Segall, and I've never actually listened to it, so I have no idea what to say, but I bet it's actually a Flexi. Never even played it. This is Dope Guns Volume 3. This has got Tad, King Snake Roost, Surgery, and the Mighty Cows from Minneapolis. This is Ty Segall, Mr. Face. This comes with 3D glasses. This is a double 7-inch, and real cool. This is Dope Guns Volume 6. This has one of my favorite bands of all time, Hammerhead. This has the Crows, Caucus Belly, Jonestown, who was a really great punk band from Minneapolis at one point, and then the Mighty Hammerhead, Dope Guns Volume 6. I don't know if this is, what color this is. It's black. Oh, hold on a minute. This is Dope Guns Volume 10. This has the bands Brainiac, Steel Pole Bathtub, Today Is the Day, and the Chrome Cranks. This is one of my all-time favorite bands, the Chemical People. Okay. This is the Chemical People Ask the Angels 7-inch, which has the cover of the Patti Smith song Ask the Angels. This is just top notch if you're into that. This is Dope Guns 11 with Rocket from the Crypt, Servotron, Gaunt, and Calvin Crime, who was a Minneapolis band also. This is a cool one. This is Dope Guns 8. This is Superchunk, Guzzard, who was a Minneapolis band, just excellent math rock, just great songs, rockin' shit. Jawbox and the Mighty Godhead Silo, were somewhat local at one point, being from Fargo, North Dakota, starting out there basically. And this is Dope Guns 9 with the Boredom, Supernova, Chokebore, Love 666, who's a great band. Great art rock band, 2-piece, drums and guitar or bass. And then the great Balterspace from Australia, or New Zealand. Okay, this is Manor Astroman. What do they call this? This is Ex Machina. And this is on Touch and Go. Really sweet 7-inch. As you can see, I kind of... Alright, this is Chemical People, Are You Buttface? This is on the record label 2-Inch Pecker Records, and this has a great little splatter on it. And all these Chemical People 7-inches make up, there is one record you can buy with them all on there, and it's usually overseas. This is the Mighty Hagfish from, I think, Dallas, Texas. And this is like the Descendants type pop. Just powerful pop. Really killer. Great band. I think this guitar player went on to another modern type band, but I can't remember their name. This is the Chemical People, Come Blister Bleed. This is featuring, yeah, this is on the 2-inch Pecker Records also. The stuff's getting harder and harder to, this is on like a really trippy green-blue. This stuff's getting harder and harder to find, and it sucks buying them all over, but now they're here to stay. This is Chemical People, Ex-Feminist. Just a great rockin'. It's got some cover. I think this is this one doesn't have the G.G. Allin cover on it, but it has a Spinal Tap cover. Tonight I'm Gonna Rock You, and this is on purple. I usually buy these whenever I see them online, and they're at a decent price. This is Helmet in the Unsung, and Your Head, and Amphetamine Reptile, and this is a gold sweet song. Just rocks. This is Chemical People Fan Club single with actually a Misfits cover on it, Who Killed Marilyn, and just excellent band. I mean, just great. The drummer Dave Nasworthy was in the band The Last. They were on SST, and I don't know much about otherwise, but they would go on to, members of this band would go on to the band Down by Law, the punk band, with Dave Smalley. This is a cool Parasites 7-inch Last Caress. That's the Misfits cover, and it is excellent. It's on this orange vinyl. Shredder Records. Impossible to find nowadays. This is by far two of my favorite Descendants songs. Lucky and Shattered. Man, I could play this thing all day. It is black. I think it came with Everything Sucks or something like that. But having these two, with having these songs sound in a form that sounds really rocking is real cool, because later I'll show a bootleg, very it's been around for a while anyways. This is another Chemical People, Ask the Angels. Let's see if this one's actually red, so I like that song. This is the Chemical People live, 1989. This is got actually 8 songs on it for a 7-inch. That's quite a bit, and it's also got the G.G. Allin song Cherry Love Affair on it, and oh, and also Ass Face, the G.G. Allin cover. This is killer. So stoked to have this. Hold on, green. Chemical People. There was a record label in the late 80s, early 90s called Cruise Records, which was a subsidiary of SST, that had Big Drill Car, All, Chemical People, and Skin Yard. And 4 bands at first. And all 4 of these bands just rocked it out, and I just love that label. I just love Big Drill Car. And this is Hagfish. This is got I can't read it. Got 2 tunes on the Go-Kart label. This is really cool. This is great. This stuff just rocks. Just no bullshit, rock and roll. Here's a band from, I believe, LA that was kind of hip for a bit. Slug. Breathe the Thing Out. This is on the Sympathy for the Record Industry label. Yeah, this was dirt cheap on a purple. I had to have it. Had to have it again. I wasn't going to let it sit around for 99 cents. Just cool stuff. Here's a really cool band. Built to Spill. This is So and So and So What, and So and So and So Built to Spill. Fantastic little record on K, I think. No, Saturn. Yep, Dub Narcotic. Okay, and then here's another one. This band's the bomb. It's Jawbreaker Busy. This is on the Shredder label. I don't know if it's. I've never looked it up. I was just glad to have it. It's on black. The song Busy and Equalize are definitely classic Jawbreaker songs. Probably one of the best bands ever. Not necessarily a great band in a big live room, in a big stadium or a festival, but if you get them in a 300-person room, that's their kind of show. That's what I think, anyways. This is the Chemical S, the Angels Again. This is on a that. So you can see it's been put out a little bit different once in a while. Okay, and this is a Ty Segall. This is Feel and Faker. On the Drag City, and just black. Okay, get a sip here. Eric Weinbender's been on me about making videos, and so is Cosmic Vinyl. This is Piss Jeans. This come with one of the records. Can't remember the name of it at the moment, but this is on Sub Pop. So you're getting a video now. I like long videos and people who let you get to know them rather than short little bursts that you just watch when you're taking a dump or something. Alright, this is the split between Fuzz and CCR Head Cleaner on the famous Class label. This is great. And oh, that fall out. This here is the Splatter. Here's the sticker. So there's that. Okay, and this is Ty Segall Spider 7-inch. The Man. This is on black vinyl. If these go up for auction, I'm bidding on them, man. Yep. Any Ty Segall 7-inch stuff or a record that goes up, I usually bid on it. Almost every time. This is Hawkwind Silver Machine with 7x7. This is a United Artists. I don't know what pressing it is or nothing like that. Looks like it's just a typical US or something, but definitely cool. Got that so cheap. This is a Mighty Godhead Silo on Kill Rock Stars for a song Noiserama. Just a classic band. Here's Ty Segall's side project, early band Party Foul, and I do believe it's on black. Kind of a little bit expensive now. Okay, here's another Piss Jeans. Let's see what color it is. Black. Okay. This is a classic. One of the first East Bay punk rock bands I got into was Crimpshrine, and I don't know. This has been around a while. Life-changing band, life-changing zine. Aaron Comet Bus is really. I used to be a really big collector of them. Comet Bus magazines. This is Michael Cronin and Wand. On a clear blue. I mean, this is cool stuff, man. Shit don't cost nothing, you know. This is another special edition. I think 4 bands are on this, or 2 bands. 2 bands. This has got the Meat Bodies, and I think Ty Segall or Wand. Ty Segall and the Meat Bodies. 2 great bands on that colored vinyl. And here's another Crimpshrine 7-inch. Yeah, pretty much OG, or very early. This is Fuzz Sleigh Ride, and there was a copy of this metal with the metal case and stuff. I think $800, $800 for your buying pleasure if you want to. This is on In the Red. I just couldn't do it. No matter, I'm a huge Segall fan, and I just could not justify buying those, but I wanted them so bad. This is another Fuzz, Fourth Dream, and so I have 2 of these. I think they're a little bit different than each other. And this is another Ty Segall. This is he does a cover of a Harry Nilsson cover, and then this other band on here, Loch Lomond. I don't know who that is, but it's great. It's a great little record. Okay, this is a classic here. I call it classic. It's not old or nothing, but I call it classic because of the vibe it gives me. This is a Sentimental Goblin EP, Ty Segall with Black Magic and Pan. I love this record. The songs are great. This is another Fuzz. It says Sunderberry Dream and 21st Century Schizoid Man, which is the King Crimson cover. And let's see what color this is on. I think this is on something. Oh yeah. This is on blue. This Cherished Records. One of the best 7-inches out of that whole camp of Meat Bodies, Wand, OCs, Ty Segall, Gizzard, Lizard, Wizard is this one right here. The Meat Buddies, Rotten and Mud Gals. This rocks. This is song for song. This is the best out of the whole batch. You know, I think it just jams. Just jams. Just jams. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's black. This is also on the I can't see. Oh, it's in the red. That's just the black. This is early 2000s Minneapolis punk band Sweet Jap. I had their full length, and it went with when Hard Times hit a year and a half ago. Bad times, bad. Shit got real. This is what I got. I got this for $1, and this is probably more rare than their full length. But if you ever see the band Sweet J-A-P, if you ever see that, buy that sucker. That's a great. If you're into punk, that's one of the best Minneapolis punk records ever put out. Just in spirit and everything. Here's a Superconductor. This band morphed into the New Pornographers, but this is actually got this is put out by Boner Records, oddly enough, and has the great Satori. They do a version of traveling the Japanese band. Anyways, I do a cover of that. This is just excellent. I was so happy when I found that, and it was cheap. And the last one of the 7 inches is one of the many different color versions of this Descendants bootleg from the Enjoy era. These songs on here, I think most of them have made it to really good record quality, and then I think there's one more left that is, I mean, this is just cool. This has a kind of a rough 4-track sound or really rough 8-track demo sound, but it's still just, I mean, the emotion in these songs are just intense, man. And I think the last one I had was like Yellow or Gold, and they don't say nothing on them. Been bootlegs. This has been put out so many times you don't even, who knows. But yeah, that's my what I got now in 7-inch. I'm pretty sure of it, and show a couple that I got that I'm actually sending to a buddy. This is what I got. A couple 7 inches I got from the. This is what I got basically from that metal haul. This Blackout Scorpions Blackout picture, just 7-inch. I mean, how cool is that? No One Like You and Now. They're like just little gifts I'm gonna send them. And this Plasmatics Butcher Baby. This one's cool. It's on really cool. I'm sure he'll enjoy having them. If not, you can give them away to somebody or something. This dang thing doesn't want to go in there, but yeah, I watch a lot of all your videos. If I don't comment, I'm sorry. You know, I watch Norman Masloff. I watch the Gals, Omaha Introvert. I watch Bobby Gass. I watch Higgins, Derek Higgins, and Bob Bradley. I love his channel. I love it when he goes around and hangs out with his buddies, and watch his channel. I mean, I love it when Eric Weinbender has all of his buddies over hanging out, shooting the shit. I don't really have no one to do that with, so and you know, even down to, you know, the boys from the southern part of the U.S., Noel Records and Chris Tunes from the Man Cave. You know, keep watching the videos, I guess. Keep supporting whoever you're supporting is supporting the BC, and keep spinning those records, man. And I'll be back with what I call a Holy Grail heavy hitter video next. Y'all take care.